We want to give you the freedom to ski big, long runs uninterrupted. The bad things that can happen on a big run like this that need to be dealt with within 5 or 10 minutes are: number one is tree wells, where you're upside down, or if your airway is obstructed for any reason, that's an emergency. Whilst on a run like this, you won't get big avalanches. You can still get avalanches that could bury you. Another big risk is deep snow immersion. This happens really quickly and can happen whenever the snow is really deep. If you land awkwardly, you can just be buried and unable to move. Falling headfirst into a creek hole is also an emergency. Also, if you just have a bad crash and have an injury, that's a problem. Because of these risks, sending people just on their own through these big tree runs and glades is just not an option. There's no line of defense, there's no backup. So one way to approach this would be just to send everybody at the same time, but it's just chaos and leads to a high risk of people crashing into each other and hurting each other. So instead of that crazy mass start, we send people in groups of 2, or sometimes even groups of 3 works as well. The person who skis up the front is called the point man, and the person who skis behind is called the back man. If you're on point, that means you're up front. So the way it works is the back man just makes a bunch of noise at the back, and the point man, he just listens. If he stops hearing the back man, he needs to stop right away, and then try and find out what's happened. If he's not sure, get on the radio. So here you have the point man in blue and the back man in red. Back man's making some noise occasionally, yelp, yelp. And the point man, he's just listening with his big ears. So this is the point of view from the back man. He's making some noise. He can see his point man up ahead. Just keep making some noise every now and then and have a bit of fun. So this is the point of view from the back man again. He's having a great old time. He sees the point man up front, and then the point man is just about to fall right here. Bang! And so the back man should stop. And it's tempting to keep skiing like this guy, but you got to stop and help your buddy right away. Sometimes as you're skiing down with your buddy, you'll encounter small rolls, just like this. If you do, just go one at a time and make sure your buddy is clear from underneath the roll before you go. So another example of these small rolls, go one at a time. Make sure your buddy is clear before you go off. And just to reiterate, if you're the point man and you can't hear your back man anymore, stop, get on the radio, call your back man. If he doesn't answer, call the tail guides and ask for help. And finally, if you arrive at the group without your buddy, immediately let your guide know, and let your guide know when you last heard them or saw them, and whether they were on the skier's left or the skier's right. Thanks team, that's it for now.